Maximus, first into the chat. Hello, good evening. I don't have a lot of time tonight. I've got another stream starting at 9 on my other YouTube channel. So I've got like 20 minutes. We are live. Hello, Reziel. Mike's apparently paused Star Trek. I don't know if I'm as good as Star Trek, Mike. I don't have much to say. I just thought I'd go live for like 20 minutes, half an hour. That's all I've got. I've got to go live on the Grots at 9 o'clock. We're doing some painting. I'm doing a painting stream. So I thought I'd just come on. I need to prepare for the painting stream. I don't have any time tonight. So I just thought I'd come on, say hello. Ask people what they're thinking. Hello, DTM. Hello, Eternal Crusader. Good evening. Good evening, good evening. Where's my damn chat? Why am I not seeing it on my screen? Docs, chat. There we go. Cool. Now I can see the chat a bit easier. So, first impressions, guys. Good, bad, ugly. Just type one word in the chat. Good, bad, ugly. That's your three choices. Or you could go with great, I guess, as well, if you really like it. Does anyone really like it? Hello, Go For It Painting. How do the points changes go on the app? They usually go the same day. Maybe the app's taking a little while to update, but usually it's out like the same day, I would say. Usually. Right? Great Angel says ugly. Andrew says it's so over. What do you mean by over? Essential. Gatsby says neutral. Maximus says medium. Yeah, that's probably what I feel. Medium / neutral. Vindicator's 175 points, says Reziel. Yeah, I'm actually thinking, Reziel, that I need to get 2 Vindicators back in the Sons of Sanguinius list. Like, they're just good with Oath of Moment. Regardless of what you say, Vindicator tanks with Oath of Moment are like good. They do damage. They are strength 14. They average like 6 or 7 shots per tank. They are just good, right? So it's like, I haven't been running them for a while, but I feel like I should just put 2 back in my list. 15 points, 10% drop on them is actually pretty decent, I think. Den says, do we just break even? Probably, no, we're probably down a little bit, right? Because Death Company Marines, 10 of them with Lamartas is now 400 points. That's a pretty scary amount of points. Especially like, I don't know if you guys saw the game I played against Dark Elder like 2 weeks ago. Yeah, 2 weeks ago. Where like, the Dark Elder player killed that whole unit with like, I wouldn't say incidental crappy shooting, because that's what it was, in a single turn. So losing 400 points to like 3 or 4 Venoms worth of shooting and some Kabbalite warriors, even with their -1 damage, is pretty horrific. Like, there were already a lot to field at 370. I guess now there are going to be a hell of a lot to field at 400, right? Dante and 10 Sanguinary Guard are 330. Okay, I mean, that's kind of insane, actually. Dante and 330? So they're... I mean, they're not as good as Death Company, though, right? Maybe there's play in Dante and 10 Sanguinary Guard, maybe. What about 10 Sanguinary Guard and a Captain on a jump pack? How much is a Captain on a jump pack these days? Negons didn't really get nerfed. Okay, well, that's going to be fun. Captain with a jump pack. Captain. Not a shield captain. Not a Deathwatch captain. Not a Grey Knights captain. Captain with a jump pack for 85 points. No, I had Dante and 10... Sorry, I had that wrong. 430 for Dante. So, 395 for the captain plus 10 Death Company now. Or, sorry, 395 for the captain plus 10 Sanguinary Guard. Is that right? 310 plus 85, yes. 395. They got a 2-up save, they can get Armor of Contempt, they can get cover. If the captain's a warlord, they're -1 to hit and wound. Has anyone taken Death Company Dreads? Asked Bad Francis. I think Death Company Dreads were reasonably playable before Bad Francis, so fielding 2 or 3 of them now in reserve could be okay. I dislike them because they're no OC and you have to have chaplains all over the board to really make them work, but they're not bad. I think Death Company Dreads at 145 are probably pretty playable. If that's your question, I think they're pretty playable at 145. Mephiston down to 100, does that make a big difference? I think if you play boarding actions, not that anyone plays that, but I think Mephiston in boarding actions would be pretty good now. He was already good in boarding actions. I guess Mephiston's a little bit more viable. Maybe in a transport with 5 assault marines or something like that. Assault intercessors, sorry. Riziel says Blood Angels did pretty well. Did they? I was wondering about Astaroth now for the dev wounds. 10 Death Company plus Astaroth for dev wounds. I don't know though. I guess just looking at Astaroth because he's cheap. Cheap character. Astaroth, Mephisto, and Dante, they're the only characters that we've got that get AP3, I believe. And having played Orcs last night and get brutalized by the Orcs, I really felt like I lack AP in my Sons of Sanguinius list. That's the one thing I'm really struggling with Sons of Sanguinius. It really feels like I lack AP when all those mega knobs in toughness 6 and 2-up armor saves. I really wish we had some way of getting AP3 back. You know, like we used to be able to get AP3 by taking swords on the Sangre Guard, right? That was the trade-off. You took axes with higher strength or you took swords with more AP. Really miss that. Death Company did the cost increase, but the priest is a bummer. I don't know if I feel like Death Company did need the cost increase. They are OC0 unless you pay for an expensive character to babysit them and follow them around, right? Andrew says that Meth needs to be lead Blade Guard veterans. Yeah, I mean, I guess we can hope that that will happen in the Codex. What did you say, Drizzle? I played Sons of Sanguinius, he played Retribution Cadre, he thought better bonuses up close would help. Nope. So you beat Tau. I mean, I guess that's good. The new Tau Codex seems not nearly as strong as the Orc Codex. Holy crap, the Orc Codex seems madness. Orcs Thousand Suns meta now. It's hard to tell, but that's pretty much a side grade. The jump intercessors going down helps us a lot. Yeah, I mean, I guess if you've bought 30 jump intercessors, you're in a good place. I guess if you were a meta chasing Blood Angels player and you've bought 30 jump intercessors or you bought that big box, you're in a good place. I did not buy 30 jump intercessors. I don't really like them. I guess them being 160 with a Sangre Priest haven't actually changed at all in points, right? Because they came down 10 points, the Sangre Priest went up 10 points. So I guess if you want to run 30 jump intercessors with 3 Sangre Priests with jump backs for 750 points, that's probably not the worst thing in the world. You think the Priests only went up because jump intercessors went down? Maybe. Good evening, Flowbrain, how are you? So I don't have a lot of time tonight, guys. I'm going live on the Grots channel at 9, so I've got like 18 minutes. So if you have any questions, you've got 18 minutes, so ask your questions like in the next couple of minutes. I'll try and answer. I feel like Lamartas and the Death Company, the 10 Death Company and Lamartas are probably still playable. They went up less than 10%. They're still quite a weak unit when they take incoming hits. But Sangre Guard went down 40 points for 10, so it's a little over 10%. Maybe like 11%. So I think there could be a situation where you try Sangre Guard now. You try and keep them in cover. You try and do the rapid ingress thing. They are going to be strength 7. You probably put the captain with them to get the free red rampage. The Starters Party says my list went way over. I hate GW. You know, I had a list last edition, a Starters Party, that was like, I'd been playing it on the channel, and I think it was the longest streak of wins I've ever had on the channel. It was like at the start of 9th edition, I was using attack bikes, I was using land speeders. I was using centurions. I think I was using like Volkite Contemptor Dreads or something. And this list had gone like 14 wins in a row. It was the list I was most confident about. I was loving it. And then a balanced data slate came out and put up 155 points, and it just instantly killed it. So that happens to the best of us. Can I ask, John, what do you take from all this? That's a good question, I guess. I would be inclined to try a unit of Sanguinary Guard. I think the biggest win probably is to be running the 10-man Assault Marines with the Sanguinary Priests. I think probably if you have 30 of them, you're in good spot with 3 Sanguinary Priests. I don't even have 3 Sanguinary Priests with jump packs, and I only have 5 Assault Intercessors. But I guess they seem like a decent winner. I guess Vanguard Vets with the Sanguinary Priests went up a little bit. I'm surprised Dante stayed at 120 points. He's pretty average at 120 when you compare him to like. I actually wonder if I was going to say when you compare him to what's this? The Dark Angels chapter master. What's his name again? It's not Ezekiel. It's not Belial. It's Azrael, isn't it? Yeah, Azrael at 105 points. Like if you compare the two of them, Azrael has like. Dante has such a tax on his 12-inch move. Like, it's crazy, because Azrael is just so good in comparison. Yes, he doesn't move 12 inches, but like that's the only thing that he's doing worse than Dante, I guess. And you can get around that by putting him at transport or something like that. Is Azrael not the chapter master? Have I said it wrong? I don't know. I'm not a Dark Angels player. They're traitors anyway. How am I supposed to say it? I say every character name wrong. This is not a Dante problem. Every character sucks against Azrael. Okay, really? Is that a thing? I didn't know that. I just know that I compared him because I guess a long time ago we got the Codex at the same time as Dark Angels, right? You can assure me all the Thousand Sons characters also suck against Azrael. Okay, all right, fair enough. But yeah, no, I really thought Dante might go down. I think it's hard to feel. I was thinking about this today, right? The only reason to feel Dante over a regular captain would be because Dante's +1 to hit, and I was going to say I'm going to bring this up because my memory on it might be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that Dante's +1 to hit doesn't require you to be making a charge move, right? So if you get charged, so your Blood Angels are likely to get charged at some point during the battle. If you've got Sanguinary Guard, they're likely to want to kill your Sanguinary Guard. So Dante's +1 to hit, I might be completely off base here. I think Dante's +1 to hit happens even if you didn't make a charge roll. Yep. Is that right? Each time this modeling unit makes an attack, add 1 to the hit roll. So, is that worth 35 points, though? To get +1 to hit when you are the defending unit? I guess if you think a lot of your Sanguinary Guard are going to survive, or you're going to pay 2 CP for Fight on Death. And then I guess Dante gets an AP3 weapon. That's the other nice thing, but you can do that. We've got a relic that gives you 1 more AP. Cheap Hellblasters, do you still hate them? I guess if you put... I was thinking about this. What about Hellblasters inside an Impulsor? Is that still a bad choice with the cheaper Hellblasters? Hellblasters go down to 115. An Impulsor is like 85, I think? 80. So you get 5 Hellblasters in an Impulsor for 195. That would let you basically get 10 Strength 8 -2 damage. You could have a Tech Marine around. You take the Mortal Wounds on the Impulsor rather than taking the Mortal Wounds on the Hellblasters. Point for point, Dante is worth Chapter Master by far, in my opinion. I don't see it Mass Profect, because I think that the Sangre Guard, if they were led by Dante, are probably... I suppose it depends if you're... I think Dante, like, leading the Sangre Guard, giving you +1 to hit, is not as good as getting lethal hits and lance for free every single turn with that captain. And, I mean, the other big thing with Sangre Guard is you might want to Armor of Contempt Sangre Guard. If you've got that captain, you're doing that for free potentially as well, because Armor of Contempt's a battle stratagem. So having a regular captain with the Sangre Guard being 35 points cheaper than Dante, I think that's a hard sell in Dante. If Dante gave like a command point every turn, like Azrael or something, maybe. I mean, I don't know. Pandaman says Azrael's back probably hurts from carrying the Dark Angel single-handedly. Yeah, he's got a good data sheet, man. When I looked at it for 105 points side by side against Dante, I'm like, maybe I should just make that video. Azrael versus Dante. Who balanced this ? I don't like making too overly negative content, though. I like to try and be a bit more positive. What do I think about Mephiston? 100 points, I guess he's probably fieldable. He was probably fieldable before. Fight First is nice. If you could attach to Blade Guard, he'd be super useful. But I mean, Fight First is nice. He'll do a decent amount of damage. I was thinking about this. If you have a Redeemer, right? You could have 6 Blade Guard and a Judiciar. That takes up 7 slots. And then Mephiston and 5 Assault Intercessors. That takes up another 6. So you could fit a squad of Blade Guard and a Judiciar and Mephiston and a 5-man Assault Intercessors inside your Redeemer. There's worse things that you could do for that, for sure. Captain and Sangre Guard is 1 unit, then Dante... yeah, I mean, I think you want the captain with the Sangre Guard, maybe. I don't know. I mean, I feel like I'm probably just going to play Dante one time, because I haven't played him yet. I don't think I've played him since I bought his Primaris model. Do you think you'd take less Death Company and more Assault Intercessors with jump backs? I mean, if I had them, Red Rum, probably. I'm running 15 Death Company at the moment in my list. I think I already tried Vanguard Veterans this week with the Priest, and I actually quite liked them, I guess. Do get a lot of attacks, do get lethal hits. 5 up Feel No Pain is nice. 6 up Feel No Pain kind of feels crappy. Honestly, like 6 up Feel No Pain. I think the thing about a 6 up Feel No Pain is you can go through a whole game and never hit it. You can lose like I think 2 weeks ago I lost like 10 Death Company and didn't roll a single 6. I feel like that doesn't happen if you got a 5 up. Mephiston seems okay for staging 5 Assault Intercessors behind a wall somewhere. Yeah, you could wrap and ingress them as well. I mean, you think he's okay? Yeah. Mephiston is good if his Transfixing Gaze comes off. It's really good as well. What was the net change to the list you ran last night? I've been making a lot of changes because I've lost 4 games in a row. But last night's list was like 10 Van Vets, 15 Death Company, 5 Assault Intercessors, 6 Blade Guard, a Land Raider, a Predator, a Gladiator, some Scouts, and a Calidus Assassin. There's the gist of the list. Forcing Battle Shock is pretty cool. I mean, Forcing Battle Shock is cool, but at the same time, I think most of the time it's pretty unimpactful. There's only a few situations that actually making your opponent take a Battle Shock is going to be that useful, right? Thoughts on the Brutalis? The Brutalis did go down, didn't it? The Brutalis is 160. What's that down from? Does anyone know what the Brutalis was before? The problem I have with Brutalis is how do you get them into range? So I guess you have to rapid ingress the Brutalis. But I mean, there's worse things than that. If you do tank shock and you make a charge with it, you will do like 12 mortal wounds. Or Strangler Guard's still too expensive. I think we have to try them. They went down just over 10%, right? The Brutalis is down 10%. I mean, the Brutalis probably... It's like the only thing that we have access to that has a sweet profile. What's with... It's got crap AP again, though, man. They really hurt all the Blood Angels AP. That's the thing that's the one, like, if someone tells me what's my dream for the Blood Angels Codex, give us a stratagem that improves AP. It's madness that we don't have one. We're supposed to be like the elite choppy guys of the Imperium. We aren't choppy. Every single army you come up against has a stratagem to reduce AP by 1 as well. So, like, we need to kill things with our melee. If they reduce our AP, we're in bad shape, man. If you lose the Brutalis at 160 points, at least, I mean, you can argue that, yeah. You can argue that something's got to die, right? Part of me was thinking of just filling up a repulsor. That was what I was thinking. Filling up a repulsor with Dante and 5 Sanguinary Guard. Because we already determined that Sanguinary Guard aren't survivable. So what if we were just able to jump them from the middle of the board, because on turn 1 we run a repulsor forward? I don't know. They did that on almost all close combat. AP2 is usually the most it gets. I don't know, Krychek. Last night I was playing against Gaskell Thraka. He's got -3. Also that new orc. Oh, what was the Gorkanaut last night? It's insane. Its melee is insane. His is a strength 18 fist. The Gorkanaut. So yeah, I wouldn't say all melee is AP2. I feel like for some reason the Redemptor Dreadnoughts and the Brutalis got a bad deal here, right? Yeah, these got a really bad deal, right? Because the Death Company Dreadnought's AP3. I'm going to check that, but I'm like 99% sure the Death Company Dreadnought's AP3. So I feel like there's no reason a Death Company Dreadnought should have AP3 when the Brutalis is AP2, right? I mean, if anything, the Brutalis fists seem bigger than the Furioso fists, no? Rinsler says that what keeps me from the Sanguinary Guard is more their profile. Yeah, I don't like their profile all that much either, honestly. I think -1 to hit and -1 to wound are very situational. Because the second you come up against an enemy that can reroll hits or wounds, then all of a sudden that's a lot worse than maybe like if Sanguinary Guard just had like a built-in 5-up invuln, which they probably should have anyway, right? Because they're wearing Artificer armor, and Artificer armor literally is a 2-up, 5-up. I'd probably feel better about that than the -1 to hit, -1 to wound. Jump Intercessor spam, says Sketch. Yes, probably. Jump Intercessor spam is probably pretty good. Furiosos are a chapter-specific thing, says Pedro. Are they? I honestly don't know if I guess because the Ironclad Dreadnought is gone. I guess the AP on the regular Dreadnought is just AP2 as well. Okay, so for some reason Furioso Fist got to keep an extra point of AP. I'm not really sure why. Does that not just mean the Death Company Dreadnought's even better? The problem I have with the Death Company Dreadnoughts is usually they end up killing stuff and then I'm not in range of chaplains, so I don't have any OC, so part of the killing is a bit rubbish. No other chapter is AP3 Dreads. Fair enough. Did not know that. Maybe... I take it Furioso Dreadnoughts didn't change, did they? How much is a Furioso Dreadnought anyway? 150. Ah! See, that's the thing as well. They... the rules writing team just like... They look at models in complete isolation. There's no way the Death Company Dreadnought is cheaper than Furioso. Like, that's just... That's just dumb, because the Death Company Dreadnought gets a feel no pain and rerolls to hit. So if this went down, this needed to go down as well. Yeah. I don't understand. I guess that's my overall thought for the balance data slate. I don't know how much effort was put in here. I feel like probably not enough. Like, I don't think anyone tested the points for the Sanguinius Guard. I think they just dropped them 10% and went, let's try that. If anyone had actually watched the game I played against Drukhari a few weeks ago and saw how quickly this 10-man actually dies into, like, a couple of Venoms, then, yeah, I don't think anyone balanced this. Terminators did get points drops. I very much doubt that will make any difference to Terminators seeing them much play. Shooting Terminators maybe have a tiny chance. Close combat Terminators are... Here's the thing, though, they don't look at the data sheets. They just look at the points. So close combat Terminators are terrible because their Thunderhammers only hit on 4s. So they still won't get any play, regardless of them putting down their points. This points update has a lot of head-scratching moments in it. You're 100% right. So, I am going to be live in 10 minutes on the Grotz channel with Tony, where we're just hanging out and painting. I can answer any/all of your questions there. Literally 10 minutes from now. I think Tony will kill me if I don't turn up for that stream. I mean, I'm not going to not turn up, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just literally put where I'm going to be live in 10 minutes into the chat box. So if you want to continue and come over and talk to us there, that would be great. But I have to go. We already have the stream planned to start at 9 o'clock. It's annoying that they don't give you any heads up for when these balance data slates are going to drop. They just drop them with no knowledge. I would prefer, because then I could organize my schedule. But yeah, so Tony probably knows nothing about the balance data slate. Do I think Death Company intercessors are worth it? I think that you should take... no. I was going to say something really horrible. I think they're absolutely trash. Again, they're another unit that's got themselves in a weird place. The OC0 really hurts them, and for some reason they're cheaper than regular intercessors now, right? Like, they can heroic intervene for free, they can overwatch for free, they have a feel no pain, so they are better in some ways than regular intercessors, but they're OC0 again if you don't have chaplains. And here's the thing, people will precision your chaplains, or people will... it's not always easy to have your... Like, I need to kill the enemy on this objective, so I need my squad that's got the chaplain attached to go that way, but I need my chaplain to stay in range of these guys to give them some OC. Maybe it was easier when characters weren't attached to units, but right now I think it's actually pretty difficult to do that. So, I'm going to jump off. You can also leave any questions you have in the comments. I'll probably reply to them in the next couple of days. I'll maybe do a more in-depth dive. Well, do you know what I think I'm going to do is on Monday night or something, I'm just going to build some lists. I'm going to build some lists with the new points costs, and then I'll get around to trying the new points costs, I guess, because... do I mean just Tony? Yes, me and Tony are going to be live streaming in 8 minutes, so I better go and invite Tony to a conference call. Guys, nice to see you. Maybe I'll see some of you over in this other stream. If not, I'll be back in a couple of days. I do have a new tactics video coming out tomorrow. It will still be relevant because it's not really looking at points costs, so I guess I'm lucky that I didn't do anything that's involving points costs for tomorrow. So I'll see you over in the other channel 10 minutes if you want to come past.